Yeah, don't forget, guys. So you always want to edge um, before you mow. It's easier that way. It's easier to edge it and then mow it later on. You ain't want to, you know what I'm saying? You ain't want to mow it and then try to edge it later on. You know what I'm saying? It's always better to edge it first and then try to, you know what I'm saying, then mow it later. That's what I would do. See how I get that? I get it all done, sharp. Um, and notice that I followed the line on the concrete that kind of separate the neighbor. See, I'm going to stop right there, and I follow the other side. Boom. That concrete split right there tell you that's your other neighbor's yard, so that way you don't have to mess up with their yard. But you get the sharp edge front, and then you go back. See, and then that gives it a sharp edge. So this one here is a little different because it's concrete in the dirt, so it's not really dirt, it's concrete also. They messed that up. So this one is the same way. There's concrete right there and a car, so I have to like in a weird position and get it done. But you gotta get it done either way. And that's it. Done. Oh, I was like, oh damn. Ain't no shit, I missed that part. I missed the whole fucking section, bro. Like, yeah, I was like, oh goddamn. Then this is an easy way. You go backwards because there's a car there. So that's it. And then you mow. Yeah, I usually mow after I edge, so. Yeah, watch that box right there. Be careful going over things, because your blade, you know, but. And the cars. There ain't no time for a mistake, that machine. You messed up, dog. You went into that car right there. That's it. That's you want your whole day is fucked. So be careful with that. Get as close as you can to the flower bed, so that way when it's time to weed heat, you're not doing all that work on your leg, you know what I'm saying? So you just use the mower to do most of the work. So yeah. Watch out for these cords. These cords get on the mower. They'll start, they get into the spinning blade, and then before you know it, it's a big mess. So watch out for this cord they put for the plants, the trees, and whatever. Yeah, don't run those over. Get as close as possible, but you just gotta be mindful of that. See, I got that was really close. And best advice, try to stay off the concrete as much as possible. I try to stay off the concrete as much as possible. Sometimes you don't have a choice, you have to get on the concrete, but my game plan is to stay off that, because otherwise you leave all the tire tracks and it look like shit, so be mindful of that. This is a new yard, so I think it's like second or third, so we try to keep up with it so it look nice. It's looking nice now. So the edges, when you do the edges, remember to go slow, it's not fast. So as you can see right there, I'm going slow. The reason why for that, you see that thing right there, boom. If you hit that's it, done for the day. You got a lot of headache you got to deal with instead of cutting for the rest of the day. So think about that. If you hit one of those pipes, hey, yeah, say goodbye to bowling for the rest of the day, because now you got to figure out how to fix that pipe, the leaks, whatever. Plumbing gonna cost you a lot of money. All those wires against the wall. So when you're going against the wall, go slow. Just go slow, bro. Look at that. Make that turn like a pro. Done. Weed heating is the same way. See all that nasty the way it looked nasty, and we're gonna clean that up. It's gonna look real nice. But now you do it backwards. So we want to do it backwards. It's easier to control the weed heater. If you put it forward, it's not as sharp, and that's something I learned from doing it. Always go backwards to do it better. in that position. As you can see, we're nailing it right now, killing that model. Look at that, sharp, clean. And then I looked to the right, I was like, ah, crap, man, there's more to go. Try to go on the other side. You gotta do the other side of the fence, because remember, it's still kind of their yard, so you gotta do both sides. If they got a fence, even if the fence don't belong to them, you gotta do that. So that's no big deal. As you can see, we nail it. So it's gonna look sharp. Yeah, look